Hello everyone, welcome to this week's boys basketball edition of the Court Report. I'm Keith Schweigert, he's LMP boys hoops writer John Walk, and we're talking Lancaster-Lebanon League basketball. John, we had the start of the LL League schedule with crossover play last Friday and a big non-league game between McCaskey and Chester on Saturday. Take us through the results. Were there any big surprises to you?
Yeah, McCaskey, that's a team they kicked off this year losing by 16 points at Archbishop Wood. Their second game was at home, their home opener. They struggled in the first half against E-Town before putting them away, but still that made me think through those first couple games perhaps McCaskey wasn't going to be that good this year, and then they come back on Saturday and they pull that big upset against Chester. So perhaps we should look out for the Tornado this year. And by the way, Kobe Gantz, he's still pretty good, averaging nearly 24 points a game. The other surprise, I think, is Manheim Central. That's a team that last year they won their section. They reached the district semifinals. They reached the second round of states. Then they lost just about everybody to graduation. We thought they were going to be in rebuild mode. So far this year, they're 4-1, and their only loss was the first game of the year by 5 points to Octorara. So perhaps the Barons won't be in rebuild mode, and we'll be back in Section 3 contention again this year. And the last thing, not so much of a surprise, more of a shout out to Elko. Colton Lawrence passes 1,000 career points the first game. Second game drops 29 points, hits the game winner in a 1-point win over Lebanon in a tip-off tournament on Saturday. And he's leading the league in scoring right now. So just wanted to point that out. Colton Lawrence is also pretty good.
Yeah, and I suppose in the case of Manheim Central, it helps your rebuilding project if one of your guys happens to be like 7 feet tall or however 6'11" or whatever Taylor Funk is. But yeah, good thing to build around. All right, so let's take a look at the week ahead now. This is part of a brutal stretch of the LL League schedule. Over the next 9 days, we have 5 LL League games coming up. That's a lot of basketball in a short amount of time. So take us through the week ahead, and what are some of the games that sort of stand out at you this week?
The week ahead, I think Cedar Crest, we're really going to find out how good they are. The Falcons have won back-to-back section titles. They're going for their 3rd this year, but then again, we don't know how good they are just yet. They have a test on Wednesday against Conestoga Valley. That's a team that brought back nearly everybody from last year and is again contending for the Section 2 crown. And then on Friday, Cedar Crest goes to McCaskey. Could be a preview of a Section 1 title clash there. And then also Friday, again, we'll find out, I think, how good Manheim Central is. They're going to Lampeter-Strasburg. LS is a team that brought back almost everybody from last year's squad after winning the section there. And you know, they're led by Matt Akili. I think he's averaging about 20 a game, and they have a good supporting cast around him. So right there's 3 games that I'm paying attention to this week. Okay, it sounds like we have a lot of good games coming up. Thank you for coming in, John, and thank you for joining us. Be sure to follow along on Facebook and Twitter for all the news and information about LL League Boys Hoops. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.